moms cha-cha style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets that century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions poured fast, out of control. Sip and talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told. Drama brewed strong, ain't decaf nah. Twisted tales hotter than grandma spa. Join Ms. Londa bold with a cap. Tongues doing hate cardio, no nap. All up in the.
All right, we are back again, and we have a good show for you guys today. We're going to be discussing the last two episodes of Baddies USA, and we're also going to be discussing the interview that Natalie and Cam Newton did together. So, what's up? How was your New Year's?
It was it was fine actually. I had a lot of fun with the family. How was yours?
It was pretty good. I did my traditional cooking or whatever, and I did a New Year's Eve live last night.
Oh, really? That sounds like fun.
Yeah, well, it wasn't hardly really anybody in there, but I just kind of tried to see if I could get people engaged with coming in and doing, because I have a phone set up. I wanted them to kind of call in and share their New Year's resolution, but we just kind of conversated a little bit or whatever, and till the new year came in.
Good. That sounds like fun. I didn't really do much. Ended up having drinks with the fam, and we played cards and watched the ball drop.
Yeah, you play spades.
Girl will whoop somebody down.
Yeah, they don't want me on the table, especially if I have a few drinks. I get to messing up. They get mad. They kick me off the table.
Now my only problem is finding the right partner.
Yeah, see,
So
nobody
don't
don't
cut
want to be
me.
my partner.
Okay.
All right, so let's get into it. All right, so Baddies USA. I believe the last episode that you had to watch was it was the continued on fighting with Summer and Tasiki.
Yes, to continue on fight. Okay, so there's a plethora thing because all of those episodes kind of blended in for me. Actually, all of them blended in for me. The situation with Tasiki in Summer. No shade. I was feeling bad for her, but now I'm happy she got pops
Why?
because it's like she off something. It's like she has to prove a point. Like you got pop. Your mouth is messed up. And it's just like outside of being embarrassed, like and continuously to be embarrassed because it's still on your face, you feel the need to do extra, cause more trouble to make it seem like it ain't that. It's just like, girl, take your L, drop that little storyline, move on to the next. I feel like she's just banking on egging that on. Then she got called out. And they not wrong for calling her out either. Like she's starting to do the most. Um, I don't know. I kinda don't like Summer.
You said you kind of like her.
I don't. Like I
No,
commend
I
her
do.
for
I
being
like her.
bold and she's very brave, but
So here's my take on it. Because in the last few seasons, Summer has she's not no different. You get what I'm trying to say?
mm-hmm.
So it was the big three in the last two seasons, and Summer has always had that mouth and done those things, and they had her back. So what makes this time any different? That's one. Two, where I feel like the reason why she continued on is because you remember when I think was they in a restaurant or something when she
What
first slaps her.
yeah, that was the restaurant scene, cause oh girl had yeah, that was the one when she first put her hands on Summer.
Okay, so then when they go to that mansion and they was all in the back or whatever, when
Mm-hmm.
Summer was popping it, she was popping it about other people like Anna and Biggie. That had
Mm-hmm.
nothing to do with Tasiki.
Right.
So then you choose to go back and still want to start shit with her. And I feel like Summer knew she was defeated, but it's like, I don't care about you being able to whoop me. You may think you a bully, but I'm still going to say what the fuck I got to say. And that's just how I felt while she kept antagonizing her. Cause it's like, I can't beat you, but my words is going to get you.
And that is all facts,
That's
and I
my
am not
take on it.
ignoring that. Tasiki was definitely, nitpicking with her. I did give her commands because it's just like, girl. A lot of them girls is kind of turning the left cheek because it's Tasiki that's into the chat now, and they really scared to fight her. I'm not
That's
saying
what I
she
think.
lame for standing up for herself, but I just felt like a few things was being dragged. And
Yeah,
that's
it
gonna
was
lead me
being
into my.
dragged.
That's the only thing I felt. I don't like when things
Yeah,
are dragged. I feel like if it's not gonna get addressed, but get addressed to be deaded, leave it alone. Like, girl, we know you that girl, Summer. You don't. I just felt like she was doing so much stuff. I felt like she just felt like she had a point to prove and she didn't. Like, girl, you the rest of them walking off. I mean, you popping yours. We gonna give you that. That just gonna lead me into this situation with Anna, and I love Anna down.
and you must have read my mind because as you were saying what you were saying about um Summer, it made me think about something that took place after that. But you go first.
I love Anna down. But I feel like she know better. What I mean by she know better is I feel like since watching her, she picks and chooses very carefully
Mm-hmm.
who she want to
Mm-hmm.
run there with. Now, the one thing
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad about is when she popped DJ Sky. I'm not mad she popped DJ Sky because DJ Sky was doing the most. Girl, you are here to make music and you're causing scenes. Granted that you are casted, but you're casted to be a DJ. Haven't really seen her with no big major scenes. You leaking into the show and you want your moment and see her popping you in the mouth and you walking off shows the reason why you got casted as a DJ and not a Betty. What do you need a chain for? That's that.
Right.
Then it was Anna dumping in some of the fights. It was just like, girl, some of them girls you don't even want to fight head up. But as long as somebody else is fighting with you outside of when she just checked DJ Sky and that other girl, it wasn't really no motion for me. I want to see that. Like, I don't know. I want Anna to like stand on it. Stand on it with everybody. Don't pick and choose who you're gonna stand on it with. I feel
Exactly.
like she's
Because
full
and
of
then I
yeah.
didn't like. Okay, you slapped her, but you slapped her off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know what I'm saying. You basically you snuck her, and then it's like so. Then okay, you got to the scene with the fight with Tasiki and Marsh.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit.
So this is my point about people picking and choosing, and me going back to when Krishan was telling the big three that this wasn't how it was the last seasons, but now it's like they picking and choosing on when they gonna have somebody's back, and it's because they scared of Tasiki, and then with Krishan being there, they don't know like okay, if we all double team Tasiki, Krishan, we gotta fight Krishan too. But I feel like if this is what y'all do, it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you feel defeated or not, this is how y'all came in. Why are we switching up now? But if Anna feel that strongly about when Rolly was fighting Daisy, that she jumped in and hit her from the back, of course, why you didn't feel that strongly when her and Marsh was fighting? Not saying that I want to see, Marsh get jumped because I like Marsh, but at the same time, she was kind of giving it to your girl. So what's the
Mm-hmm.
difference?
You talking about the little special gift was given to the Rolly?
When Anna, yeah, I'm talking about Anna jumped in that fight, right?
Huh?
That was a one-on-one. Rolly was getting whooped, correct?
Yeah, she was. I was just making sure that that you wasn't talking about the other fight, but yeah, Broly, I'm not gonna give her a pass for this one. I feel like it's me majority. I'm in the middle, but that guess was definitely handling Broly, and that's as a matter of fact, somebody actually said that in a green screen.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it,
the
I
and
mean,
because it's the first time that somebody's came on there and actually, you know what I'm
was the
saying, stood
handling
up to
shit
Rolly and gave her, yeah,
right? And she ain't even on the cast. That's the gag, and what really gagged me is when she was out there still trying to get it cracking with whomever. She didn't care. Like she was there to fight Rolly, but girl, she who's next? I love
and
that for
Summer
her.
was like, Anna, she jumped
Yes,
in, get her,
yes,
get her.
exactly. And then so, and then now you want to now you won't want to fight, girl. But when they was just over there in the paint, and your girl was getting whooped, you felt like you had hands because the ass was not on you. But girl, how she said,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm sorry to say this," and I love me some Anna. She would have probably got popped if that girl had turned around and started whooping on her.
Yeah,
You tiny, Anna, and it is the reason why you're jumping in. Nobody's saying you scary, but girl is giving you scary.
She
You
is
didn't
scary.
jump
She
into
did.
what's it, two fights she didn't
Anna
jump
been
in?
proved that she was scary from day one. You remember the very first season that Krishan and her sister was supposed to have been on there,
Mm-hmm.
and Krishan was pregnant. You remember how she was supposed to get her, and Anna was leading her and Vicky,
That was a mess.
and then they became so close now. So
Child,
okay,
so they
then
say.
like moving on to the fight with Tasiki and Marsh. This is what I'm saying about picking and choosing. Because Marsh to me was giving it to Tasiki. So why didn't you feel the same way about Tasiki and Marsh's fight that you felt about Roly and Daisy's fight?
Hmm,
Do you get
that's a
where
good
I'm going with
question.
that?
Yeah, I see where you're going with that. And I didn't even think about taking that point of view with it. And it does make sense. The vast majority, I feel like, is picking and choosing. That also is leading me into my opinions of what happened between Tavi and
Tommy.
Tommy. Yeah, Tommy.
You know
That
what? I
that
love
was
Tommy.
I do
But my
too.
thing is, okay, so on Love and Hip Hop, when I used to watch Love and Hip Hop and she used to be crashing out and shit, I have to think back. Love and Hip Hop never really lets them fight. So that's why I
Mhm.
never really got to see Tommy really go heads up with somebody.
But
But on Baddies, I love her, but she be getting whooped.
But if you pay attention in this type of situation, and we also bring this up multiple times with special guests from other places or people who been had they fandom, before the Zeus Network came out, the way security is on the show that she's on, that's how they was when her and Toddy was getting into it. If you notice, majority of the security was trying to pull her away rather than them ganging up on Tavi or just being in the middle of the fight to evenly break it up. She got saved. No shade, she did get shaved because if it wasn't for them security guards, and I'm so sad to have to say this, Tommy would have beat the shit out of Tommy. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you.
You said
Tommy
Tavi would have
didn't.
beat the shit out of Tommy, or Tommy would have
She
beat the shit out of Tavi.
Javi would have beat the shit out of Tommy.
Uh-huh.
It was gonna happen. And the thing about it is, I know how everybody feel towards the situation about the DMX and all of that. Tommy ain't really want to fight that girl because you still had your heels on. If you're gonna whoop a bitch, you're gonna take your heels off so you can actually get in the paint. Now I don't know if Tommy was drinking because she is a drunk. She is always drinking, or what the case was, but you can't be out here like you egging it on. I can say what I want to say, and you popping, you choking up security, but you're not doing none of that to Tavi. Take the heels off. Then you have one heel on, and you still not getting no momentum. And Tavi is really trying to put you on your back. And I did not see like that's the reason she had that pew pew when they did the little cabin thing. Cause girl, it gives that you ain't going head but nobody. You heard what Rolling them was saying.
About Tommy?
So it was people
what
making smart comments. So for an example, Tavi had told her some things online. Now you know who you can actually go head to head with. Now you're not walking around here like a big dog no more. Cause I just showed you that you're not that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think she was ever walked because, I mean, when her and Natalie had that boxing, I said, how the hell, how did you let Natalie whoop you, Tommy?
Um, all I'm gonna say is, I feel like even though it's a picking and choosing thing going on right now, and some of this mess is getting carried on, I feel like this is just really revealing what's really what, instead of it being picking and chosen by the directors of the show, what they gonna cut in and what they gonna cut out. I feel like a few people is really getting exposed about their character.
Mm. Uh,
Like,
how you feel about Sapphire?
okay, now you're gonna have to explain the scene because I don't know everybody by name yet, but I've watched
She
everything. So
Okay, so Sapphire hasn't really done nothing. All she does is walk around with that damn pencil in the notebook. Um, you remember when Tasiki and Krishan first started getting into it, and Suki was like, "Sapphire, y'all really gonna let this go on?" It's
uh-huh.
like Why is she there? What is she? What is she there just to instigate?
Oh,
Because
this girl.
allegedly,
I looked her up. Okay, yeah, right.
because allegedly she was supposed to have been the one who carried the bone back to Tasiki about when they was with that, and that's what they was supposed to have been arguing about. That Krishan was letting Tommy and them talk about her. She was supposed to be the one that allegedly carried the bone.
Um, I don't really know how to feel about her. I haven't seen her into like she's in the scenes, but I just don't pay attention. I feel like whenever it is a scene with her where she mentioned somewhere, I don't really care to look at my screen. I don't like a lot. It's a few girls who I don't believe is getting scenes or having a part in this season. I mean, I've seen her,
Yeah,
but
and I remember when they first started filming, he made a post on Instagram that basically motherfuckers had to start getting to work or they was gonna be going home. So I'm like, okay, how many more scenes do we have? Because so far I haven't seen Sapphire doing anything.
mm-mm,
I ain't
I
seen her
haven't.
get in the paint with nobody. I haven't seen Suki get in the paint with nobody. So
To be honest with you, and this ain't no shade towards none of our actual reality stars. I feel like a lot of this, or a lot of these people, like how excuse me, the green screen comments was, oh, we got people from Baddies here. I mean, Bad Girls Club, because they want to see such. I feel like a lot of this is because they're lacking real storylines, and so to keep the
mhm,
momentum of the show up, they're bringing special guests on to drag their fan bases to Zeus Network. Because I'm
mm.
not really paying attention to none of them girls. I'm not. What are they there for? I have not seen anything, really going on. That also leads me into my conversation about what happened in the kitchen between Nunu and what are these two girls'
Cold
names?
Killer.
Yeah, Nunu and that. I was confused on that part a little bit. What happened between them two? Did I miss something?
So I guess apparently they were supposed to be into it about what is her name?
Somebody who isn't there, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it did it, and then Fana making a big issue about you said you promised you weren't gonna bring her up, you weren't gonna speak. It was
Hmm.
like, what? And so this goes back to me saying how the man, how he basically be telling them like they, making them feel like if they ain't finna give a show, they gotta go. So they start, coming with these out of the blue, storylines.
Yeah, I was questioning. It started to get a little fishy to me. How before the fight even broke out, she was panhandling both of them, and it's like, girl, what's your motive? If it's already unfolding, let it come out. You standing there is not gonna stop nothing. Obviously, she got to get something off her chest because they close as hell up in this kitchen, and you standing there ain't gonna stop nothing. And that's when what's her
Right.
name leaned into her shit and girl, I don't know. I feel like a lot of this is set up.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when her co-killer and what's her name? Tinkerbella. What that whole thing when they kept fighting and all they kept dancing around in the circle, taking forever to swing. It's like, but then it's like you kept wanting to go. Like, why?
Girl, it just didn't make sense. I don't know. And then she was still sad hustling after the first fight happened. Oh, it's done. It's done. Y'all done. Like, girl, if they got something else to get out, who are you to say or stop anything? They're deuces. They they don't got those storylines, girl. They don't. It didn't even seem that serious. And what I don't remember what the girl was, but oh, girl, when she did her green screen, she was correct. I do not understand why y'all are sitting here tussling instead of trying to have y'all ones about a bitch who's not even around no more. So that means the fight is
Right.
pointless. It's past since y'all are bored and now y'all finding shit to nitpick about. It's like soon as the shit started happening with Tommy and them, all of a sudden everybody had somebody to address. And
Exactly.
they want to lead me into this dramatic ass scene between Tasiki and her sister outside on the ground. Like, girl, that scene really blew me.
When they was when she, so Tasiki really wants Krishan to basically on camera say
Hmm.
that she lied, and she's just not gonna do that.
No, she's not. It's given it. Been addressing each other multiple times. Krishan not trying to hear none of it. Krishan is in her home, headspace. I can kind of see both sides. I do feel like Krishan owe her sister whatever she owe her sister, but I do also feel like Tasiki is pushing it. Like, girl, we know you hurt, but I'm not gonna continue to play rockabye baby every scene that we have. And then you saying out loud that you owe her the cent. Like, girl, you doing this for a scene, or you doing this because you actually want to get apologized to? Which one is it? Because Krishan seems to not give a fuck, which means 9 times out of 10, whatever y'all did have a conversation about, whatever y'all agreed to, or whatever, the conclusion was, you're also forgetting your part of the conclusion. Just like how you calling Krishan now for forgetting her part of the conclusion.
So what it was is Krishan apologized for bringing it to social media and the
Hmm.
network, but she said she's not going to apologize for the truth. She
Yeah.
also
I think.
said that she doesn't blame Tasiki because basically they weren't being watched, meaning that adults weren't watching them.
Hmm.
And she doesn't blame her. But Tasiki just does not want that to be out there about her. So she basically wants her to say something that makes it look like it's not true, and Krishan's just not going to give her that. So she keeps putting up this whole little thing about she wants to make it seem like my sister's lying on me. This is my problem with it's like behind the scenes, y'all are cool, but then when you get on the camera, you got an issue.
And all I'm gonna say about that is it must be something going on with Tasiki's personal business as far as her personal life and things that she has going on that's being affected by the comments that was made by Krishan, and it's biting her in her ass. And Krishan needs to have this scene with Tasiki in order to clear her name up. Because I mean, you on here crying, girl, you must be losing some money.
I think she is just embarrassing, like for the world
It
to
is
know that this is
embarrassing.
what you made
Hmm.
your sister do to you.
Right.
And then it's like you keep why do you want to attack her friends? That's where I get lost at. Like why did you need to go over there and get in March's face? Why?
In other words, since you ain't gonna do what I want, bitch, I'm finna antagonize your friends. And I'm your sister. I know you ain't gonna go against me for them, so let's have fun.
Because it's like she went over there and got in March's face, and everybody talking about March needs to stay out of it. March was sitting down minding her business.
Was.
What you gonna do if somebody keep constantly? Because that wasn't even the first time she got in her face. She got in her face when they was in the back over there, out there by that other, the mansion or whatever.
Right.
So what's she supposed to do? Because she's Tasiki and she's Krishan's sister, just let her do whatever,
Because that's what it's given at
not
this
speak up
point.
for
It's
herself.
really given
Hey,
to Siki, the
hey
little
Trina,
sister. And
Happy New
and
Year to you too. So yeah, I don't know. But what did you think about that fight though?
I don't really know how to feel about that fight. I want to see. I need her to get some type of closure. I don't like really seeing Tasiki in the state that she in. Um, and Tasiki's a heavy hitter, so for
And
them to
that's why
even
I want to
have,
see.
go ahead.
Mhm.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's why I want to see her fight somebody that's her match and stop going to the people that you know aren't your match.
Yeah, because I found it very funny how everybody wanted to call out weight classes and weight class. Bitch, y'all not talking about weight classes when it comes to seeking who she gonna pick on, because she don't care what your weight class is. Anybody she pick out one way or another, she's gonna strategically get to them to get enough licks before security pull her up off of them. Period. And
Yeah,
don't nobody yell out weight class like how they was doing on their reunion.
right. And I can't wait for the reunion because I think Saucy Santana is hosting it again, and he's
Ugh.
already just said how he felt about the whole Summer and Tasiki situation. So I can't wait to see this. But Summer's not coming to the reunion, and this is what's irritating
She
me
probably
about
tired of getting her.
because she's been popping it. And then I ain't gonna
Uh-huh.
lie, it be funny because she when she go in, she go in. But it's like if you're going to do that, go to the reunion.
Girl, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get an Instagram video right before the reunion.
Even though she said the reason why she wasn't going is because she knows it's going to be the summer show. Basically, everybody's going to want to come at her, which I could see that if everybody comes at her one-on-one, but if y'all gonna want to jump her, what, like, that's what I
On
don't
my
want to
soul,
see.
she gonna have to. She definitely gonna have to pull a dime in the body. My mama, she gonna have to
You
have
said
fight
she's
all them.
gonna have to pull a dime in the body.
She's gonna have to. She's gonna have to. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna knock her teeth out, but she's gonna have to. I feel like that's what it is given because she didn't. Oh my God, we are skipping over a whole conversation.
Or
The
what?
scene where she got called out about that messy shit she was doing on the bus.
Who, Summer?
Yeah, I need to start writing their names down like how I did last time. But basically, is it Big Rolly? Rolly called her out for being messy when it come to her friends.
And I'm gonna tell you why Rolly did that. Because Summer was the only one bold enough to admit that Rolly didn't win that fight.
Mm.
That's just my opinion. I'm dead ass serious.
This is so petty, and that probably is the case. Like it really is. 'Cause, it's just how the fight broke out. Like they went from having they little ones and twos, and then who was that? Was it Tavi? I don't remember which friend it was, but she ended up fighting the girl in green who was standing next to her.
The girl in the green. Who was in green?
No, like I remember what happened, but I'm so bad at describing him.
I can't remember who was in green. Because it be so many of them crowded around, and it
Girl, then
be like,
add
oh
on.
Lord.
Then you got to think about the special guest. Then you got to think about the cast of Bad Girls Club. It's just there's so many faces. And half of
The
them girls
girls,
really don't even get camera time.
the cast of Bad Girls Club, they be kind of sitting back looking like, whoa, like
They
what?
do, cause like Bad Girl, they are good shows, but Bad Girls Club was totally different from what Baddies was.
Yeah,
Like they actually had personal, like it was everybody had something going on. People calling back home, people meeting people on the show at the clubs, bringing niggas back to the crib. Like everybody had their own individuality, and when it was time to have those problems, they had those problems. But then when you look at the Baddies cast, they're stuck in with each other 24/7. And the only time they split up is if too many people in one group then got into it and now people got to be separated and ride in separate cars or be in different houses or in certain scenes at different times. That's the only time they really have time to split up. We watched the cast of Bad Girls Club actually venture off on their own or dip
yeah,
or it was more lifelike. This one is not lifelike. It's reality TV show, but it's like scripted reality TV.
right now. Baddies Gone Wild is supposed to be similar to that, and I did watch the first season, and they are all in one house, and they kind of is on their own. Like there's no executive or CEO or none of that in the house with them. So yeah, that one is supposed to be along the lines of that.
Well, girl, let's hope so. But Anna, girl, sit down, okay, friend.
Nobody
Oh,
calls her out though. That's what irritates
nobody
me.
does.
It's like
She
she
smacked
gets
her.
to get away with it, and to me, she run her mouth, and because I've seen Anna. That's I used to like her, like especially when her and Roly got into it one season, and the way she antagonized her and the way she antagonized Mariah. She does the same thing.
Mhm. Mariah ain't be so over it.
I can't stand Mariah though. I don't like her. This is how I feel about Mariah. I feel like Mariah tends to find, I'ma just say it, black girls that she know can fight, and then she attaches
Befriend
herself
them
to the next like
so they can
she's
defend her.
so tight with them so she can have somebody to have her back. That's how I feel about
Mhm.
her.
That's exactly what it is, girl. But for me, it was how Anna smacked the shit out of DJ Sky. It's just like, girl, have that same energy behind them girls that want to have they one ups with you. If they
Yes,
want
and
her to
stop
fight on the
talking your way
reunion,
out
she
of
didn't
it.
even. And thank you. I'm not really trying to, but all I'm saying is, girl, all you say and then get up and back up all you saying. Just
So what about the argument between Krishan and DJ Sky? How'd you feel about that?
I ain't gonna hold you. I was fading in and out because I have been watching Baddies all day. You got to remind me of the argument between her and DJ Sky. I
So
do know
during
she was doing some
filming,
shit that she didn't like. I do know
yeah.
Krishan also had an attitude about the fact well, basically the same thing that I said. Krishan felt the same way that I felt. It was like, girl, it's really extra. You're giving a lot, and it's not necessary. You sitting up here talking about the baddie. This show is called Baddies, not baddies and baddie. Just specifically this particular group of girls, but they're paying you respect by including you in certain things. Because quiet as it's kept, you're a DJ. You're supposed to have a separate hotel room and be accommodated. How they gonna accommodate you? You ain't gotta actually be mixed in with this crowd. It's just like Natalie said, girl. Because you can go. It's plenty of DJs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like you saying you don't want to be a baddie, but you're giving off different. You giving off a different energy. Because while they were filming, somebody made a post saying they wanted Tasiki to get certain girls. It was Krishan. I think Summer was one. It was another. It was three people, 3 or 4 people on this post, and DJ Sky liked it. And then she tried to lie about it, but you can't lie. You know the blogs see stuff, they screenshotting and they putting it out there. So she couldn't even. I don't even know why she tried to lie her way out of it. She couldn't lie. And Krishan was showing everybody. She was showing them like how she liked the post. And her thing was, if you know that me and my sister is into it, why would you're supposed to be my friend? Why are you? You know what I'm saying? Why would you do something like that?
I don't know. It's just a mess. But I'm happy that Chris Sean was basically saying what everybody else was scared to, because people have their little side opinions, but everybody, like I said, picking and choosing about getting out about what they getting out about. It's
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not liking this season. I'm not gonna lie. I can't sit up here and lie. I don't like this season.
You know why? Because they're dragging it on, number one. And then the scenes with Krishan, he's really dragging them in because if I'm not mistaken, she only did like 2 scenes. She left. During filming, she left like 2 days, 2 or 3 days after filming. So he's really stretching them scenes with her.
I mean, you got somebody who's bringing in as much money as she is, so I should be scratching them too. But I mean,
But
that
then why
is
play her the way you played her though? You get what
that.
I'm saying? Why play her the way you played her? She
Because
probably
we
would have
seen
been
all the
there for the
messages.
whole season.
We seen all the messages. She is all over the
Mm-hmm.
internet. You can't deny none of that. At this point, you might as well just publicly go on Instagram Live, pull her pants down, and kiss her behind. Because you're showing us that everything she said about you was true. And you know what? As quiet as it's kept, we gonna move into the category of trolling. I feel like Krishan is trolling right now, and I'm gonna explain my reason why. She's been super calm with her sister. Her sister been attacking her friend. She's been super calm. When it was time for them to do their little rehearsals and everything, she performed a song about Yahweh and all of this. Krishan has been overly calm, and I find that very suspicious. Not suspicious in the way I just think that she's a hothead and this, then the third. We know Krishan ain't doing all Krishan can do. And that's specifically because she doesn't want to put her face on the front of this shit and give Lemmy what he asking for.
Well, she walked away from it.
Yeah, she walked away from it. But all her scenes is giving, I'm not really fucking with this no way. To me, Krishan just seems over it.
I agree, Alicia. Yeah, she's over it. Okay, so moving on to Natalie and Cam Newton interview.
Girl, oh, Lord. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go first.
So my take on it, because I've watched other interviews that Natalie's done, and she's never acted like that. Like she's never carried herself like that. But what I think is Cam Newton is arrogant, and
Yeah, yeah.
Cam
Mhm.
Newton, his I think his plot was he wanted to ask the questions that nobody else asked. Because
Mm-hmm.
when they first started talking, he was bringing up her husband, Jacob. You know, it's rumors out there about her cheating on her husband and this and that. And then he kind of wanted to come at her about the show, Baddies. Like, so when he was asking those questions, it made her uncomfortable. Then she started drinking and she just, I don't know. She
Uh,
made it all about money.
you said she made it all about money.
Yeah, like when he would ask
Mm-hmm.
her like
Yeah.
what does Baddies, I think he asked her something like what does Baddies bring to the table or something, and she just kind of kept making it about money, like we're bosses and we could do what we want. It was like, I don't know, like
I feel like she
she
had a third
just
grade education, writing one sentence to a question that was supposed to be a paragraph. That's exactly what she was doing. And now you know what all that shows is she also be around her husband when he gossiping because she was bringing up so much stuff, like things about his personal career. She also
Mhm.
brought up something that had happened in one of the games where I guess he messed up and they lost and
He hit a
it was
mascot.
bit. But and I don't. It was annoying. It was like, what the hell? But I also didn't feel bad for Cam. No shade. I did not feel bad. And drunk man tells sober truths. But
Mhm.
the brain making it all about money is when she lost me.
Yeah, because the things that they're doing on the show, I get that you're giving them opportunities, but you're also making these girls, well, you can't really make nobody, they have a choice, but they're belittling themselves for this money that you're giving them. So yeah, you may be giving them opportunities, and yeah, some of them may have bought houses and this, that, and the other, but why does it have to be fully centered around fighting?
Well, because Natalie ain't really got nothing going on, and I mean, whoever gets offended by that, do as you will with that response for me. But she doesn't really have something going on. I mean, Baddies is. I want to say is not entertaining, but Natalie, outside of Baddies, what else do you have going on? And please don't say music, because the only time music is really good is when you're a feature. She
She's
doesn't have.
recorded a couple of songs of her own now.
Yeah, but okay. I'm like she's making it about money because she's doing multiple things and she has money, but that's really it. She doesn't. There is no I didn't won a Golden Globe award or there is no I'm opening them home. Like where's her rap sheet? As a celebrity and as the woman who has been making all this money all of this time, outside of Zeus and those few songs and whatever other little knickknacks that she didn't gathered, what else have you done in your career?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think before Zeus came about, I think she had kind of went. I don't think she was doing nothing, even though she had been on the Bad Girls Club, and then I think she had did a couple of other reality TV
Cameos.
shows or whatnot. But I think that she was kind of like, because you can definitely tell the difference in when Zeus first started up till now, as far as her appearance, her hair, and all of that. So I don't think she had much going on before she came to Zeus.
Natalie is one of those girls who is born into a rich family and she does things that piss her parents off and they cut her off and she's used to her lifestyle of being rich and somehow she's crawled into another situation and got built back up again. That's what she gives. It gives she went from fucking rag doll to China doll.
Mm-hmm.
That's really it. Like and there's even no shade to her career. I mean, celebrities do. Everybody has their moments where they just want to peel off. You got to snap back into reality. Be a normal human again. But girl, that's all she could do on that show. All she knows in her head is no one can call her broke, and that's good enough for her.
Yeah, that's what it seems to be centered around. And when you only base things on money, that I think you lost.
Yeah,
Because it's about
that's
dignity,
mhm.
self respect.
It's not there. She made a fool out of herself on the Cam Newton show. I feel like some people were with her for specific reasons regarding what Cam Newton had asked her and things of that sort, and that's a-okay. But outside of that, it was a mess. And 9 times out of 10, that's probably why I didn't even venture on to watch the full thing, because seeing the
I
clip
didn't
that
watch
I
the
did
full
see,
thing either.
it was enough for me. That's all I needed to see. Like, they gave me all the information. I just feel like if I would have watched it, I would have probably got bored with it.
I'm surprised he didn't take control back, because if you notice, she kind of took over the, like, when he would ask her something, she was reversing questions to him, and when he was trying to say stuff, she was like over talking him and just basically saying what she wanted to say. She was not allowing him to, ask those questions.
Well, because she was drinking for one, and number two, even though he doesn't show it because he's so laid back and he always got a cigar in his mouth, Cam Newton has alpha male energy. His response would have been something crucial that would have messed up his platform. But trust and believe, when them cameras went off, she was 1,001 B words. Because you can tell. Look how everybody when so there's a point where it's like, okay, do we keep filming? Cam Newton is looking around, and then you see Natalie waving off to somebody. Oh, am I doing too much? It was
Yeah, at
it was
that
a
point, it's
fight
like
or
you
flight
must know you
situation.
are.
Right.
Yeah, I felt that too. She felt really uncomfortable, I swear, and I think that's why she started drinking, because she was drinking water when she first got there. But I think what really hit her nerves is when he asked her about cheating on her husband.
That was a step too far, and I feel like that's why I had said earlier before this that I was going to take a 50-50 stance with this, because I can see how that probably affected her. Even if for one, it showed that she might potentially be guilty. That's one. Number two, it only didn't show that. I mean, hurt people hurt people. 9 times out of 10, they discussed what they were going to be talking about on this show. And some of the things that he asked her was not what they're planning to do. So she got her lick back live instead of waiting to after the show.
Do you think that's what they do, is basically discuss, like, before they come on, like, well, what questions are going to be asked, and I don't want to talk about this, I don't want to talk about that.
Um, yes, as a person who writes, as a
Hey,
person
Ann.
who has studied journalism just a little bit before I got into where my career is, as a person who's a fan of Beyonce, as a person who studies behind the scenes and then been involved in things, that's exactly what they do. Because it's just like, I'm all for coming on your show. It's one thing if these are two people who have a relationship outside of this platform. You can trust your friend not to go on TV and say nothing crazy. But when it's somebody who is in the media for the things that Natalie is in the media for, you know, you jab, you get your jabs in. You ask the $1 million questions that the internet wants to know. You ask the things that will behoove somebody. Because at this point, it's not podcasting and journalism no more. It's about what can you stack your money off of, and that's what Cam was doing. That's why I said he's just a laid back alpha male.
Yeah, and then I think, because she even mentioned, like, he must didn't do his research on her. I don't think he cared to do much research on her, because I think his target was the show and how she's producing it, and her having a husband and cheating. That's what I really think his target was. Because Cam Newton is kind of like I want to say a womanizer to me, because I watched this interview that he did with Krishan, and I kind of didn't like the things that he was telling her as far as her and Blueface. What I got out of what he was telling her was to allow a man to cheat to get it out of his system and still be there. And I'm thinking, like, what? I didn't like that.
To get it out of his system.
Basically, he was saying, like, if you're dealing with a man that's cheating,
Oh no, I know.
basically to just allow him to do it so he can get it out of his system. And he was trying to say, like, their relationship would grow, or that's what I got out of it. Now you can look it up and watch it yourself, and maybe you might have a different interpretation, but that was my
No,
interpretation, and
I
I'm
ain't.
thinking,
No,
no.
I ain't denying. Trust to believe, I believe it. But ladies, if anybody or gentlemen, girl, all the girls of the world, if y'all are out here and thinking that is a solution to somebody who you are dating and sleeping next to, you have lost your man. Let him get it out of his system. This is not a 2-year-old toddler screaming because he can't have fruit snacks at 6 o'clock in the morning. What do you mean let him scream until he get it out of his system? Like, girl, that's dumb, girl.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. And then speaking of Blueface, like
Oh,
going back to
God.
people, like if they say like they don't want to ask this question, I feel like that's what's going on with him, because there, it's like when I see him on interviews, it's like, why aren't people asking these certain questions about him?
And like how we discussed what's going on with Natalie before, or any other celebrity before they go. This is the reason why Beyonce don't do interviews no more. I don't really think they giving him the option. I think they just throwing him out. I feel like the public toys with him. Like he has his own crazy psychotic mental thing, involving Krishan, his mom, and the rest of them. But I don't think nobody's gonna give Blueface, the courtesy to pick and choose of what he want to go on the platform and talk about. He's like a target. He's famous because of Krishan. So anything that somebody's gonna is gonna be back. Because what are you famous for? You had Buzz Down, Tatiana,
Tatiana.
and that was really the end game. I've never heard any other song on the radio by Blueface that was just like, oh, play it back. I need to hear it again. He ain't got no music that give that. And the only other reason why you may be famous is because your mother is out of her mind. She's psychopathic. But you're really
Mm-hmm.
famous because of Chris Shine. So his interviews, baby, people are getting paid off of Blue, and they don't care how he feel about it. He always gonna get asked the same thing, and no one is gonna change. And he's not gonna turn down money because I'm pretty sure you. I mean, you got some bread, but you ain't that rich. I think Krishan
I
has a
mean,
prettier penny than him.
he ain't in no situation to be torn it out. He owes Soldier Boy's baby mama has sued him. He
Hmm.
owes like what is it, 13, 14 million to that club that the pow pow happened, that situation. And the girl, one
Hmm.
of the girls that was there that got assaulted, she's also suing him. He's then put his house up, his mansion up for sale.
Wow. Back, Clarissa. And I say that with all hate in my heart. Goodbye, girl. Cause the minute Blueface in, you go in too.
And that's why they're scrounging for content. Like they're scrounging for content to the point where they're using his daughter. They know that that little girl is gonna get on camera and just say whatever. Like she done cussed all of them out. And to me, that's not that makes you look bad. But it's like people are willing to do anything these days to have a viral moment.
Yeah, that well, girl, let's really be honest with you. And this ain't no shade towards nobody career, but as quiet as this kept, we don't have any new generation celebrities. All we have are people who had their 15 seconds, they got drug along too long, and now that's what we have in the media because no one actually has any talent or skills to present to us.
Mm,
Us presenting Blueface and his raggedy ass mom.
yeah, because that little girl sitting up there. I keep a wooden spoon for my grandkids. I wish you would
Baby,
tell
that's not even
me.
get me started on my grandmother.
I wish you would tell me you gonna whoop my ass and tell my mom. Go on and whoop my ass and tell my mom and see what mom gonna do too, or would have done.
Chill,
See and see
please.
what my mom would have done. You see what I'm saying?
My
Like,
mama
no, you
down there in the
really got
comments
away with
now. I would be dead somewhere.
teeth on the floor. Mm-mm.
Hell, okay, soldiers knocked all out your body. Funeral gonna be the next day. Put them in the ground, Lord. It gotta be the new generation. Child, please, please. Like, girl, it's the new generation. We wasn't raised like that.
No. Mm-mm. This new generation, they're too stuck on when they was being raised. and they feel like it was so bad that, oh, I'm not gonna do that with my child. They want to be their kids' friends.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm,
Cause I sure
mm-mm.
wasn't my mama friend. My mama with my friend either, child. But it wasn't none of that. It's backwards. Everybody's so sensitive. You can't beat your kids no more. And everybody dental parenting and child. I was getting the Mario coins knocked out of me, and I wasn't even a bad kid. You
When
sneeze
you
wrong, and it's over with.
I wasn't allowed to, like, when my mom had company and stuff like that. We wasn't allowed to be around her company. Like, we was not
Nope.
allowed to be
No type
around
of adult
adults.
activities.
You don't jump in adults' conversations.
Uh-huh.
Like, it's
They
just
don't have
like,
manners no more neither. We wasn't allowed to
no,
walk into rooms where there are adults and people who pay bills and you just go straight sit on people front and you get no, you had to go speak to everybody in there and find a place to sit, or if there was a play area for the children, that's where you were.
exactly.
You didn't say nothing until you
Like,
were spoken to. It was simple.
I've been around, like, I've been like kicking it with my friend, a couple of friends before, and we'll be sitting there talking, and then it's like they let their kids jump in the conversation. I automatically stop talking because I don't like that, number one. And then two, kids can be messy. They sit around and they listen to adults talk, and then they go and take it, and it ain't nothing that was like how it was said, and it just gets messy. And that's how sometimes adults get into it. So I don't do that. I don't like it.
Yeah, people don't have any. There are no order in the household. Everybody having these pandemic iPad babies. We didn't grow up with all that, baby. I had a government phone for a very long time. It wasn't no going outside all type of the hours. It wasn't no spending the night at people cribs. All I'm gonna say is the
Nope.
kids today got too much freedom because we ain't have all that freedom. There was strictness, there was rules, there were things that you had to do, and you didn't just get stuff because motherfuckers had money to spend it. You had to earn it, and if you didn't earn it, you wasn't getting shit. It was just as simple as that. These kids are too privileged.
Too privileged. I remember telling my kids, I didn't know nothing about taxes when I was coming up. You
Hmm.
see these kids around tax time telling their parents
Hmm.
what they want, asking if she done got her taxes yet. I didn't know about that. If I got something, she I got it. But it wasn't me talking about it's tax time and I want this and I want that, and none of that was going on.
Nah. Now I was a bit smart, but I stayed in my place. But the whole house would be taken care of before you even know mama had taxes. The business would get
And
handled
that's
first,
what I'm
and then she'll
saying.
tell
So
you,
pretty
I'm gonna
much,
reward you. So it's a mess.
yeah. I'm quite sure that's probably what my mom did, and then was like, okay, here's some money to go get you a pair of shoes or whatever the
Uh-huh.
case
Right.
might be.
What you
But
want. Now I can
being in
give you
her
something.
pockets, nah, that wasn't
Mm,
going on.
Girl, get your ass cursed out. Oh, girl, real bad. And my mama was an OG baby. She was one the shit to fuck with. And got the fuck knocked up out you. I just don't understand it. Like it hurts me. Like I'm an adult now, and there's still some things that I practice. But I be around other people and they children, and they just be letting their kids boss them around. Girl, let me tell you something. I stand at 6'6", and I'm still scared my mama can body slam my big ass because she did it when I was 6 feet, and my mama is a tiny woman. These kids have no idea. They don't. And they be
None.
thinking people be so dramatic, but you have to have respect for your elders, period, point blank. And it didn't matter who it was. If you had a problem with an adult, you tell your parent, but you wasn't addressing shit on your own because everybody in there knocked the hell out you. So,
Right. It's totally
mm-mm.
different now. Totally different. It's I don't know. All of my jobs used to be in childcare. I always worked at a daycare. And I used to say that I wanted to own my own, but then that dream went out the door fairly quick because I started realizing, like, dude, I don't want to deal with other people's kids because they don't teach their kids structure. Number one, they don't teach them no respect. Their kids is bad as hell. You can't say nothing to them, and it's like,
That's,
no,
yeah. I changed my career because of that. I was a counselor at the Arc of St. Sabina, and I used to work with children. I believe that was grades 3 through 6, and then it was
mm-hmm,
7 and 8 and up and stuff like that. Hey, that and I did that job for 2 years straight. Couldn't go back for a third. It was ridiculous. And these are small children, children who, child, I didn't even know about certain things until I got up in age. But these kids know so, and they so grown. They responses. Girl, I was scared to go into public and say something that I ain't had no business saying to an adult because I knew somebody was gonna tell my mama one way or another, and she wasn't even gonna let you know that she knew. She was gonna scare your ass.
Mm-hmm.
That's when everybody was talking. Everything was community, but child, the communities have been destroyed. They used to say it take a village, girl. I mean, I don't know. I'm scared of these kids.
Me too. I promise you. I'm
These got to
scared
be
of
our
it.
doctors and
I don't
lawyers
want to
and
deal with
teachers.
nobody else's kids. If a kid start cussing me out, I'm gonna just keep on walking because I don't know what you got in your pocket, and I ain't finna lose my life because I'm
Okay,
trying
and bitch, I
to
don't give a fuck about you being no kid. If you run up on me with anything, I'm laying your little ass down. Your mama pick you up at the morgue. You ain't got time for all that. You better get your ass on somewhere. I don't play with people kids. Better keep them little motherfuckers on a leash.
wait. Whoa. Any last words?
No, ma'am.
All right. So you guys, thank you guys for tuning in. We're at our mark. Until next time.
Deuces.
Sipping tea steamy, kettle gone wild. Dropping truth bombs, touch our style. Gossip sharper than a barbershop blade. Box of secrets stacked century made. All up in the business, airing the scroll. Confessions poured fast, out of control. Sip and talk sessions, yeah we unfold. Spilling deep piping as the stories get told.